Seth Rollins interrupts him, which I was completely shocked because I was just like, what?
I was really shocked about this. I did
Yeah.
not see this coming at all.
Me neither, but I think there's a reason for it, which we'll talk about. So we know the history between Seth and Cody isn't too great. They're not the best buddies. But Seth said he wanted to come out and congratulate him on winning the Royal Rumble, especially winning back to back. And he says, we've developed a mutual respect here. So I just have to say to you, I don't think that you should challenge Roman at WrestleMania. And I was like, what is happening here? What? Okay. So he goes on to try and convince him why it would be a mistake to go after Roman again after challenging him last year from being the Rumble winner. And he says Roman isn't the guy anymore. He is. He says they've been together on this ride over the past year. They've been at every Raw, every single live show, every single live or premium live events. And Roman wasn't even the main event. Rollins was. And he said, as the defending world heavyweight champion, I was there. I was doing everything. Roman never wanted to even show up. He'd wrestle every other week. Then it was once a month. Then it was every other month, every couple months. And we don't need Roman Reigns anymore. And I was like, this man is preaching to the IWC, honey. And he says to Cody, if you want the title that people who politic their way to the top have, or do you want the Dusty Rhodes title, the workhorse championship, the blue collar championship, because that is the world heavyweight title? And he says the decision is up to him, but he should strongly consider challenging Rollins at WrestleMania. And that's when Cody says, I have a lot of respect for you, Seth. I'm going to think about it. And I was like, okay. My initial thought to this was, don't do this. Do not do this. Okay, so my first thought is like, all right, this is fine because I mean, I guess officially Cody did not choose Roman, although we saw what happened after he won the Rumble and he basically did, but I guess it wasn't official. So I'm all for like adding some sort of like anticipation for us to hear what Cody has to say. But my immediate thought after that was, because of obviously the unplanned injury to CM Punk, this threw a wrench into Mania plans. And this was their way of being like, okay, let's do this because this gives us another week to try and think about what we want to do with the World Heavyweight title and what we're going to plan for Elimination Chamber, which then ultimately leads to Mania to be against Seth. That was my idea, because you kind of are not thinking about, okay, what's Seth going to do for WrestleMania? Like, you're not thinking about that now. You're thinking about like, oh, wait, will Cody actually choose this title over Roman? Like, you're not even focusing on the elephant in the room, which is like Seth has no Mania match now because Punk's out. That was what I thought. And I think that's kind of brilliant. And I'm okay with that. Because we also were saying we didn't love the idea of anyone having to make their decision as the Rumble winner, like immediately on the Monday Night Raw afterwards. I don't love it. And it looks like they're not going to do that, at least this year. So
I don't think they're going to do it for both, which we'll
I know. So that's what I mean. Like, I'm down with that.
I loved this because in wrestling now, a lot of things are pretty predictable, and this was very unpredictable. I did not expect to see Seth Rollins even at this Raw, let alone I didn't expect him to beg Cody to challenge him. You know what I mean?
It's not shocking that he's at Raw because it was in Tampa. It was in the same city, or like an hour's drive away. That's the only reason. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't expect him to. I mean, Liv Morgan was there. I would rather see Liv Morgan than Seth Rollins. No offense, but one is healthy and can wrestle, and the other is injured.
Yeah.
So, to me, I like this because it had me engaged. You were engaged in what he was saying, and a lot of it blurred the lines with Seth and Roman, and how you'd be like, does he really hate Roman that much? And does he really believe all this, or is this kayfabe? I don't even care if he does. The fans believe it, and that's what it matters at the end of the day. Is that you're sitting there like, maybe he should wear or bring home the world heavyweight and truly make it the Dusty title.
Mm-hmm.
I have the complete opposite thoughts on it. I don't believe he should win that one.
No.
He should win the WWE because he should bring the WWE title to the Rhodes family. You know, I
Yeah.
think that's the story we're on. But you need an alternative. Okay, if you look at every great movie, TV show, whatever, there's got to be an alternative that really sways your opinion. You know, you're battling with your demons, whatever. And this is just one of those instances.
Yeah, I think they know that they can't shift it from Roman. Like, you can't do
No,
that.
no, they're
Especially
not that
after
dumb. They're not that dumb.
after what Cody did after winning the Rumble. That's why I think even more that this had more to do with Punk's injury and like them trying to figure it out. And obviously a plan was probably in place already for them to have Punk Seth, but now trying to figure that out in less than 48 hours, what the new plan is, like that would be ridiculous. So I think that this was the best way to kind of go around that, because it was a really good segment. I would say, along with the beginning with Punk and Drew, like this was a very good segment as well. Had people very intrigued. And as Richard said, Cody's supposed to be on SmackDown. So one would assume that that's what it is. Nobody wants to see Cody win the world heavyweight. Like, as much as people want him to have a singles title, like the title. Yeah, I saw that. But it has to be the WWE title. Like, that's all he's talked about, and that makes the most sense. So as much as we want to see the title happen for him, it has to be a specific title.